Hi everybody, we're back. We'll be taking a look at Studio Series Gamer Edition War for Cybertron Decepticon Soldier. Now, I do not have the box for him either, but I have his only accessory, his assault rifle, which is pretty game accurate. I do not know, can you see the details very well, but it has some nice mechanical details, and this part below can be used for the soldier to hold the gun, and of course you can put it on any other Gamer Edition figures. For example, here is Skywarp, and that's the assault rifle. I do not know is it with all of them, but it doesn't stay on him very securely. But I think it is just because this whole fab thingy is different than it should be for the assault rifle to stand nicely. And of course, this is the arm that you can take off. You have storage at the back here, and you can put it on. As you saw, it isn't too secure, but it is a storage if he's just standing with it on a display case or in a mock when you don't see his back. Now, let's take a look at him. The design is very good. They've taken a mold that has previously spectacularly failed, and they improved it. They improved on it. It looks like they learned at least a bit. I do not own the breakdown, but of what I hear, his legs are much better designed. They aren't too articulated. They do not have thigh swivels. They can only rotate at here, at, oh my gosh, I forgot how is it called. I won't even try to remember. And knees are some 90 degrees, and basically he's just a little bit more articulated. Still nothing at his ankles, but he can stand. You can pose him very well. Now, for the detail, of course, he's another Gamer Edition figure. You will have amazing detail. I definitely love this chestplate area. If I could do something, I would love to be able to take this whole section off. That it was a intended feature, because take a look without this. This is basically the design from the game, and I really like those designs. They are my favorites. Then we have opened hands and not too much attention to the arms, but they did care to put detail. Here they didn't paint it purple, but in the game most of these parts were purple, and they, as you can see, they chosen the variation where the soldier is green. And now, nothing really interesting at the legs either. Again, they should have painted this purple in these parts, but really nothing too major. And there is nothing really interesting about him. I mean, yeah, that is kind of ugly. That is just hollow pieces like this, but I don't really mind. I don't really care. And now let's take a look at his articulation. His head can look down that much. He can look up a bit, like very bit. You can make him look down like this as well. Then you can see that he can actually look up a bit, but it is mostly just him looking straight. Then you can't really push that out because the design of the shoulder and the placement of the ball joint, but so I didn't really use some of that posing on him. You can rotate it only that far because the back piece. You can rotate the arm at the bicep 360, and rotate the hand 360, but you can also wiggle it a bit to add in some detail. Now you have a waist 360. He kicks out that far, 90, little less than 90 degrees if it's straight, but a little bit to the side and it's more. Now to the side, only that far. To back, 90 degrees, because these parts start colliding. And now nothing else than a 90 degrees knee joint, which is underwhelming to say the least. Now, one of the things I like about this guy is that his design is nothing special. A part of me doesn't like that because I like owning a single one of a figure of a character, but that should you are supposed to have multiple of these. In reality, you should have more of them. And he really isn't screaming that he is some special important character. He's just your normal John or Bob. Well, let's transform him. I usually start first with the hands. You hold it like this and open these parts. You want the hand to be rotated like this. You then push it in and close this section. And you leave the arms like that for later. Now, his legs. You fold up his feet. You first have to unplug this. Make like this. Same on the other side. Then you have to connect it again. It has to connect here and here. Line up everything, which is basically just pushing this in this direction as much as you can. And it connects. Same on the other side. And then I usually connect this, but you really needn't do that. For the sake of this video, I won't connect it. You rotate him, you connect these two and push them outwards. Then you might as well do the other ones. You take a hold of the arm, hinge them downwards. This clip will connect into this set on his thigh. And of course I had to take it off. God, thank God it was a normal arm. If that was the other one, I could have broken it. Oh my gosh. Just connect it again. Now for the second try, you connect it here, and once you connect it, you must enter this must enter into the other part of the arm. Like this. Same for the other side. Now this has to just you push it as far as you can. You click it into place, hold it like this, so everything connects a bit more securely. Again, now it should hold. Then you unplug that, pull it out, and these two will connect into here. Again, hold it, and there is the alt mode. A really nice alt mode. It has a lot of detail. That is especially when the purple starts coming in. One of the things I like, which I will not do for playability, besides with these figures you can cut off their arms or weapons, you can also take this arm out and the vehicle would look like it is damaged a bit, so that's again cool. You can see that the front is nicely formed from the legs, and that green really plays it well with the plain gray. You can have all his gun stored here, look like that, or you can put this into this like this, and he has a gun to shoot while he's driving. Now, for comparisons, I will do rest of my, which is only Skywarp. I haven't brought the Bumblebee, so unfortunately you will not be seeing that. I just have to transform him back for a second. Now, to continue on, next to the Decepticon soldier, we have someone to command them, the Gamer Edition Skywarp. And I really like the scale between them. Really, one of the things I like is that the popular and strong characters, except Omega, Tripticon, and Metroplex in those series, aren't really, don't have to be bigger than the normal Johns and Bobs, the normal soldiers. And you can really make some cool poses with him, especially when you have more of the soldiers. So he can, for example, Skywarp can command an actual squadron. But for that, we should wait out for if they ever release a jet version of the Decepticon soldier. And he's the one that should be wearing the breakdowns mold. I think it fits him way better. I think I really would really hate breakdown if I had him. But that's it. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and goodbye.